but it's just best to say it exactly, tell the truth for what it is. If you're educated, if you're competent, you won't be living under this kind of condition for your whole existence. But they've been living under this condition for a very long time. They can't figure out how to get out of this crap, right? And a lot of them, like my fathers and many other people, they run away and start fighting to try to overthrow the government, but they can't get the support of the Western society. They can't get enough support. They can't get weapons, tanks, helicopters. Even if the helicopter were given to them, like a fighter jet, they don't even know what to do with it. They don't have the education. They don't value education. You know, they were religious, manic. They think this whole thing is gonna be fixed by Allah, by God. And while they're fighting, they're not taking the fighting seriously to the point where they're sending people to school to learn how to fly how to fly a fighter jet, how to drive tanks and all kind of weapon training. They don't do this. They just do the old school ways with shotguns and all this little stuff, which is never gonna happen. You're not gonna win a war with a simple small arm type of environment. Especially when you're trying to overthrow the government, they basically are running the rebels. They're running a guerrilla type of war where they hit the government soldiers area. They hit the area, and then they run. They will attack, destroy government asset, and they run, destroy this and that. That's what they're doing. They're basically like a mafia, robbing the cities that support the government, robbing the neighbors that support the government, the environment, the businesses, and then they're just kind of living off of these robberies. And at the same time, their ideology is that they are actually fighting to stop the oppressions, to bring the freedom to the people. And then the reason why they're out there is because they want to live dignified, ruling themselves without having to kneel down to anybody. But in reality, things are different. And this rebel group who are trying to overthrow the government, also majority of them are Muslims. The ideology is similar to Al-Qaeda and Al-Shabaab and ISIS, even though they didn't take to that point, but the idea is very much similar. Afterlife, killing someone who is not Muslim, it will bring them closer to God, and this is what the God wanted them to do. And it's like a maniac organization. But this is how the society is over there. People are religious. They go pray. They think that God is in charge of everything. And those who don't believe in God, if those who don't believe in God are actually running their life by fighting back, they fight on behalf of God, if that makes any sense. Because they believe in God, their God is going to be on their side. Therefore, if they fight in the enemy of God, God is going to be on their side. They're not going to lose. Even if they lose in this life, they're going to win on the next life. They're going to be positively accepted and welcomed by God. This nonsense, crazy stuff. I support their right to fight these the oppressions, to live a dignified life, to get rid of the dictatorship. But the way they're doing it is just crazy. And to get to the point of today's genocide, these Oromo people, the indigenous people, take over the country recently. And they took over the country.